Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming, and today I'm bringing you the new Reshizard from Unbroken Bonds. So, we've got a couple of different builds on this that I'm going to show you here today, and you're going to see that in the games as well, the list change. I've been sort of playing around with it and trying to refine it a little bit. And I'm going to tell you which one's my preference build as well. So, the first build that we've got here that you can see in front with the Reshizard is a Salazzle type build. So, really we're using the Salazzle from Unbroken Bonds with the Roast Reveal, which is basically a heat factory but with Pokemon, to accelerate through the deck. And this deck list is really designed about just getting through the deck as quickly as you can. So we've got the Dedenne-GX to burn through our deck, we've got the Salazzle, we've got Heat Factory, so there's somewhere wherever the Heat Factory is, just down in here, so we've got plenty of options to try and burn through. We've got Judge Whistle to speed it up, we've got thinners such as Pokégears to try and go and get the exact supporter that we're after as well, and we've got some late judges as well because we're playing the Judge Whistle sort of engine here that we can go for as well. So it's really about accelerating with the Salazzle and then just smashing through with the Reshizard, which we should have a look at him, shall we? So he's got 270 HP, it's absolutely monstrous, and he's just got monstrous attacks. This is the reason why he's going to probably be the best deck in the format right now. So he's got Outrage, which is handy if he's got a lot of damage counters on him, 30 plus 10 for every damage counter on the guy. But he's got Flare Strike for 230, but you can't use Flare Strike on the next turn, and that's for 4 NGs. And he's got Double Blaze GX for 200 with 3 NGs, 300 if you have 6, and it goes to any effects of your opponent's Pokemon. So he's an absolute beast. We're just about accelerating onto him with cards like Welder and Kiawe. Kiawe especially if we go on our first turn, and then just churn through our deck to get to the cards that we need. Now, this isn't my preference build. I played around with this quite a lot. I thought this would be the best build that I could get going, but the most consistent build I actually had of this was the Jirachi based build, at least in my experience. So with the Jirachi based build, we went with Jirachi, so we can go and find the supporters that we need. We still had a Judge Whistle engine and a Pokégear engine to be able to thin the deck quite nicely. We're still playing a Dedenne to get ourselves through. But because we're playing Judge Whistle, we need an Escape Board. We've got an Adventure Bag to go and get the Choice Bands and the Escape Boards as well, so we can get them on the turns that we need. We can get a Tapu Lele to into our, Guzmas or whatever supporter that we need. We can get the turn 1 Kiawe off a lot more consistently with this. I just like the options of the Jirachi base build instead. It just provided me much more consistency to get to the item cards or the trainer cards or the supporter cards that I needed on the turns that I needed. So I don't think I'm bringing you as many games of this build, but I do like this build the best. So shall we begin? I think we shall. Hello, Jerry Ann. Welcome. As we're slowly trying to refine this Reshizard list. So I'm thinking we're probably after the Welder play turn, go on turn 2, and trying to get rid of a Zororoc, something like that. But that doesn't feel good, having to double blaze just to get rid of a Zororoc. Yeah, I don't think that feels good. That might be something I've got to do, just to put the pressure on my opponent. So, Tapu Lele coming. Because the Kiawe just means I'm not attacking. It means I'm set up, but I'm not attacking. So, yeah, I'm feeling that's probably what we're really after. And we might need to Dedenne out of the hand just to do it, so. So my opponent managed to fill the board up nicely. Looks like it's a pure Zoroark. Oh, it could be Lycanroc build as well, yeah, that's true. That's true. So we'll chuck you down, what are we playing here? Let's Pokégear. Let's see what we've got. Kiawe or Welder. We could turn 1 Kiawe, but I'm not feeling really all that great about it. Although if if he's playing Zoroark, I'm going to be hitting for 2 prize card Pokemon anyway, so maybe we will Kiawe here. Yeah, let's go and get the Kiawe. Either way. We'll fire Energy down onto the Reshizard. And we... Ultra Ball away. What are we getting with this? I'm thinking I may need Dedenne next turn, actually. So we might go and get the Dedenne, not for this turn, but for the next turn. Just to get out of this hand. Kind of played this wrong, but anyway, Kiawe. That's how we're going to play it. You can get rid of me this turn. Well done. That's what I will say. So, is this Zoroark? Or is it just going to be pure Lycanroc? I have a feeling it's going to be pure Lycanroc. Not Lycanroc. Zoroark. No, it is going to be Lycanroc. Okay. Okay. Not that the Lycanroc's going to do too much about switching my Pokemon right now. So that's fine. Just going to start trading away. So my idea here is I want to try and smash through the actual GX Pokemon. I don't really want to be having to smash through Zorors and things like that. So it'd be smart to leave that Zoror out there just at the moment. I do need to concentrate on getting another Reshizard set up as well. And I wouldn't mind either getting into a Guzma or into my Escape Rope on the next turn. Although the Escape Rope is just going to send a Zororo out, so it'd have to be a Guzma for me to target something down properly. So yeah, so we're Dedenneing out of this, and then playing from there. Excuse me. It's kind of nice having a big imposing Reshizard sitting here, even though it's my only Pokemon. Oh, interesting. You're gonna start hitting in. Alright, alright. Well, it's going to cost you a Zoroark to do so. Which is fine by me. Gives me the first 2 prize cards. And at the moment, you are 3-shotting, which is absolutely brutal. Although you could have Choice Band. No, you're still 3-shotting. Yeah. It's absolutely brutal. So we're just going to Dedenne these welders away. I don't really want to do that, but we need a fresh hand. We need a fresh start. So we're going to Judge's Whistle, see what that gets me. Yep, draw a card. Oh, wow. Okay, so not great. We might actually use a Tate Liza draw here. So do we want Volcanion down at all? We might Nest Ball. Go and get Jirachi down, just in case I want him at some stage. Although another Reshizard down is pretty important. So I don't think we want the Volcanion down. We might... I don't want to get rid of too much. We are just going to shuffle right now. That hand wasn't great. Alright, now plenty of Pokégears. So we'll Pokégear first. And we'll go and get a Welder. We'll Pokégear again. Get a Guzma in hand. So all my thinners come out at once. Alright. So now we'll Judge's Whistle. Just draw a card. Yep. Alright, so we got a couple of Guzmas in hand. We got a switch in hand. So, yep. Whilst we're not able to power up, at least we're able to smash through this Zoroark. And now I just need a way to start powering up the Reshizard on the back line. The Fiery Flint is absolutely clutch now. So what I can do with the Fiery Flint is get a Welder action on the next turn to start powering up the Reshizard that's on the bench. So that's really good. And the fact that he is 3-shotting me with a Zoroark is pretty brutal for him. It's pretty brutal. And just not playing any more Pokemon down also forced him that he's going to have to go through both Reshizards. So if I can avoid having to play another Pokemon down, that's really good for me. And if he does attack again, chip into this Reshizard, I can actually outrage on this turn rather than having to use the Guzma sort of combo. So that might be a way that I play it. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Let's go on Rock Ruff down. So I'm not too worried about the Rock Ruff or the Lycanroc. Pretty happy with the board state, to be fair. Pretty happy with the board state. Don't judge me. Ouch. I had exactly what I wanted too. That is a brutal judge. Brutal judge. Alright, hopefully I can get a Fire Energy so I can Heat Factory and try and get myself out of this again. Because I really don't want to go a Lele down. And the fact that I can outrage to get this KO might be what I have to do now. So that's a bit brutal. So what we're going to do is we don't have much. We really don't have much. What draw cards do I have in deck? Kiawe is gone. Welder, yeah, there's not a lot that I can even get to, really, which isn't good. So we might go a Jirachi down. Might play that as well. The Lele I just don't feel is getting me anything that's really worthwhile. And Guzming right now isn't going to help either. So we might have to go and get a Kiawe with the Tapu Lele after this. Hope that I've got another Kiawe in deck. So we're just going to outrage. That was an absolute brutal judge from my opponent. Absolutely brutal. Because now I am still a little bit away from pulling off the Reshizard to finish this game off. So that's really not good for me. But 2 Fire Energies, I can go and get a Welder with the Tapu Lele. So that might be what we're doing. And yeah, that might be how we're playing. We can't quite get the KO unless I get a Choice Band as well. And I'm pretty sure I threw away a Choice Band at the start of the game. Yeah, so the Choice Bands are gone. So it is unfortunate just how that played out. But that's sometimes how things roll. He got the judge just at the right time, which was brutal for me. So now, playing the Jirachi down does mean that he can get around not having to go through the second Reshizard, but to do so I think he'd have to give up a turn, so I should have enough time to set up what I need to again. So I am pretty confident, because I only need to smash through one more of his GX Pokemon. So we're going to go Jirachi into the active and see what we draw. Another Fire Energy, that's good. So we can Heat Factory here, which, yeah, we'll do that first. Yep, that's what I'm liking. So we'll just straight Heat Factory. And see what that gets me. We'll Judge's Whistle first. Yep. There's another Reshizard, not that I need it. And now we'll Stellar Wish. Looking for that Welder. Got Judge. Did not get the Welder, so we're going to bring a Fiery Flint in. Yep, that's how we're going to play it. Yep. So we're going to have to Tapu Lele to go and get the Welder, so that's fine. And yep, we'll go and get that Welder. That sounds good. So we'll now Welder two of these guys onto the Reshizard. So that sounds pretty good to me. And we'll chuck another NGT. And for the moment, I'm kind of happy to let him have the Jirachi. Yeah, we're saying that you can have the Jirachi. That doesn't bother me. We're not going to hit into you. We're just going to go through whatever you put in the active. Yep, you can have the Jirachi. I mean, you can pull something else in the active if you really want. That doesn't bother me. So on the next turn, we're going to Fiery Flint, go and get another Fire Energy, attach to the Reshizard, and then just blast through whatever he wants to attack within the front line. So, who's he going to pull in? Because he can take whoever he wants. But keep in mind that doing that's not going to help him too much either, so 3-shotting a Reshizard is just brutal for this deck to try and contend with. It just buys so much time. So even though that judge was absolutely brutal for me and delayed this game for another turn, it never really made me look like I was going to lose this match. Because he still needs to either KO this Reshizard this turn, otherwise I've got it, or I just blast through something else, so... yeah, I don't think straight Zoroark Lycanroc can get through this deck. So what have you got for me? Gonna bring Tapu Lele out. Alright. Wow, you took a really long time to decide that. I thought you were just going to go through the Jirachi in the end. That's fine. That's fine. So now we don't even need to NG attach. We can just Guzma up that Lycanroc. Or we can Guzma up Tapu Lele when I think about it. And we've got it that way as well. So that's fine. Although you're going to Marsh out and let loose again. So how brutal is this one going to be to me? Oh yeah, I got Guzma. That's all I need. And a Fire Energy. So we're rolling. Absolutely rolling. So that's fine. That's fine. That wasn't quite so brutal as that last judge. And it's really quite good because I can play around his Acerola shenanigans because he did have those as well. And by the looks of things, like, this is a solid list, a solid deck. It's just that we're in a new format now and it just can't compete. So yeah, we just attach here. We'll Guzma up this guy. And that is game. That is game. I said, like, it's a solid list. This deck is solid. It's just, it's not up to the new firepower that Reshizard powers with now. So, good game. Good game. Hello, Vilani, and welcome. Alright, so let's land it up front. We can Kiawe on our first turn, but we are going second. I don't know if I like that as much. We might do that anyway. We're probably going to need a Mew in this match, because this is looking like Pikarom. So yeah, I'm thinking we might do the Kiawe route here. So we'll draw a card. Got a judge. So we're sort of done there. Tapu Koko up front for my opponent. It's not ideal for him. I wouldn't have thought, unless it's a Tapu Koko build, maybe? I don't know. But the energy switching does suggest Pikarom. Gonna let loose me. Alright, so that goes the Kiawe option. Well, at least for now. Or maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see what we want to do here. I mean, to Kiawe it does mean I'm basically stalling myself out. Potentially. But also then means that I have a big Reshizard on the board that he's got to contend with. But that Tapu Koko in the active is a little bit scary as well. Got to be careful not to put too many energies onto the board while that Tapu Koko can just smash me. Especially while he's got free retreat, so... So we can judge my opponent. Or we can... What do we want to do here? Maybe we'll bin the judge. That could be my draw for next turn. Or Dedenne here, and just get myself started after the Dedenne. I think that's what we're actually going to do, is we're going to Dedenne. I just get myself started after that. So, Dedenne down. There's a brutal Marshadow. Without having the cards really in hand that I want. Ouch, this is just draw dead again. This is drawn absolute garbage. That's all I can do. Can't even play a supporter this turn. Brutal. Drawing absolute garbage. I might be going back to the previous build. This is bad. This is 2 games in a row that I've just... It's gone to garbage. Might be going back to Jirachi. Make retreating harder. Pokégear? Come on, Pokégear. Go and get me something. There's plenty of thinners in the deck. I shouldn't be having an issue with thinners. I mean, this is garbage. Well, in this stage, that's all we can do. It's worth doing. It's interesting that you're going more the Tapu Koko route at the moment. While we're just slowly building up our Reshizard. We can get a Welder off this turn, which is good. And we probably need to switch at the same time. So I'm thinking that we burn Engie, burn a Welder. And we go and get some Engies. So now we can start playing. So we can now Welder. A couple of Engies onto the Reshizard here. Yep. We can now switch into our Reshizard, which we've got the Flare Strike when we need it. I do think we start building up a Reshizard back in the back line here. Yep. And at the moment, we just Flare Strike, take out this Tapu Koko. Knowing that Tapu Koko, if he comes back, that's real bad for me. So there's the Pikarom. That's what I thought it was going to be. To begin with. Energy switching. Does he have the Pikarom straight out? No, he does not. So that's really good because I can take out the Pikarom right here. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to attach an energy to you. Yep, we're going to Guzma up this guy. Yep. We're going to Pokégear. I do want to play with this a little bit more because, I mean, I wasn't getting too much love out of the... Why can't I retreat? Ah! Well played, Absol. Well played. I need a second Dedenne. I don't need Tapu Lele here. Ouch, I didn't consider that. That's bad. Alright, well, we'll Grass Fight. Why not? Chip in. Should have looked at my opponent's board state there. So, what I'm looking at now... I mean, I like the Tapu Lele because it can go and chase out Kiawes. But a second Dedenne just adds super speed to it. May put a second Dedenne out. Alright, well, we'll go and get me a Guzma. And we'll try this again. We'll Guzma this guy up. We'll go and get the Mew when I need the Mew. So for now, we'll just Flare Strike. We'll get you one way or the other. Oh, the Mew wasn't even in deck. Yeah. So I misplayed there, but I'm just thinking, do I go and get a second Dedenne? Food for thought. Hello, cut off your horns, and welcome. Alright, Mulligan. I am this close from ditching the Salazzle version of this and going back to Jirachi. Because Jirachi was winning. Yes, it was having some issues, but at least it was winning consistently. This thing just seems to keep getting some pretty bad hands. And some pretty tough plays to work around, so... Alright, so we're going to just draw a couple of cards. We do have a Kiawe, which could be good. And I'm thinking we're going to go the Kiawe route. Leave... Yeah, get you two off. We'll go and get a Kiawe. Sorry, Kiawe, a Reshizard, yep. And we're just going to Kiawe to that and call it a turn. We're not going to put the Heat Factory out because he can take advantage of that. So we don't want that. Oh, to the Reshizard. And that's that turn. So we have the Guzma for the next turn. It's going to Pokecoms. Yep, it's the Roaring Resolve Azard. For a Reshizard, so he wants the Reshizard. Okay, that's a big call. It's going to Kiawe to his Reshizard. Which makes things awkward because now I'm in that position of... If he has Welder, I'm in a lot of trouble. So I don't think I want a Guzma, but I do want a Guzma because I need the Welder. I think we do Guzma. Keep in mind that I can't one-shot this Reshizard. But it's the best I can do. Chuck Heat Factory down. No, I don't actually want to chuck the Heat Factory down because I don't want him to be able to get into the Welder back. The Welder is really bad for me if he gets into it back, so... We'll Judge's Whistle. So we'll chuck a Choice Band down. I think what we're going to do here is Rose Reveal. Yep. Alright, so we have a nice Welder play on the next turn. Which can get me to the 6. So I'm going to attach here. And we're just going to Outrage. And the reason why I'm outraging is if I Flare Strike right now, he's definitely got the KO on me with the Outrage back. So that's the reason why we're not going to Flare Strike. So what he now needs to find himself is a Welder. Which he's played that, so that's good for me. Alright. So that's really good for me, because that means Welder's not coming. At least in this turn, so... Prevented the KO. Although he's going to manually retreat. Wasn't anticipating that. Alright. So even with a Welder now, he can't smash through the Reshizard. It's two turns away from smashing through that still. And that Reshizard on the bench is nice and tasty, so we'll Pokégear first. We do have Guzma if we want to go and chase it. Which I'm thinking we do. So we're actually going to roast reveal here. Get rid of this NG. Got Viridian Forest, which can be good for me in this. So we're going to get rid of Pokégear. Get a Fire NG. Is that my last Fire NG for the whole deck? 2, 4, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got a lot of Fire NGs prized by the looks of things. I probably should have ditched you. Anyway, so we're going to chase the Reshizard. That's what we're going to do. It means I'm wasting an NG here, but that is what it is. Going to retreat out. And now take out the Reshizard. Get 3 NGs. I'm assuming it's going to be 3 NGs. Yep. There we go. That is a lot of prized NG. Because I've got 14 in deck. So 5 of my prizes are energy cards. So he's got a Welder. Alright. I've just taken a big card off the board. And halfway through my prizes now. So he does still have one-shot potential with these Charizards. It's a lot of work to get to it, but he does have it. This is where a Tapu Lele might be nice. Although, is he going to chip in? Interesting. So now my job is to set up the Reshizard at the back there. It's really what I'm thinking. So he's going to hit in, which allows me to outrage and get the KO. So I'm going to Welder. You two onto the Reshizard at the back. We're going to manually attach. Gonna draw a card, see what this gets me. Alright, we're going to roast reveal. Still no switch cards. There's 3 more in deck. Alright, well it looks like... yeah, that's all we're doing because we don't have any energies left in deck, so we just outrage. Get through this Zard. So there's a good chance that my Reshizard goes down here. A very good chance. Which makes me sad. So who's he going to rescue Stretch Show? Another Zard? Or the Reshizard? Not just the Zard, okay. Alright, so yep. My Reshizard goes down here. Oh, I could have Dedenne actually. Because I do have another Dedenne in hand. But that would have been ditching a lot of cards. So yeah, I don't like that. Not a fan of that. So Welder, like, he'd have to have a lot to probably get the KO straight on the next turn. So yeah, we'll go and chuck this Reshizard up. And right here, and Fiery Flint's not doing much, you might as well have a Choice Band. And Do we Liza? Kind of got what I need in hand to an extent, except for another switch. I'm feeling we get rid of Salazzle. Yeah, we don't have any energies in here. We do have 2 switches that I need to get to somehow. We do have Dedenne, so that's another way that I could get to it in the next turn if I need to. So we'll just Flare Strike on this Zard and put it to him. I've got the Guzma as well, and I've got the Fire Energy. Okay. Oh yeah, because they're going to be Fire Energies the last prizes. So I can Guzma and manually retreat as well. So he has to get rid of the Zard right here. Oh, this game is over. So can he do it? He got the candy. He needs the Zard. He needs a Welder. I think that gets him there. Because, yeah. So he's got the candy. He had the Zard. Does he have the Welder with sufficient energies in hand? If he does, that's absolutely clutch. So he's got to 200 at the moment. Like I said, he has to get the KO here. Because I've still got my GX attack, plus I have Guzma and manual retreat, so it's going to Ultra Ball up. What's he going to do? I mean, the other thing he could do is bring in a Reshizard to try and stall if he doesn't have it right now. And manually retreat into the Reshizard. Which I'm thinking he doesn't have it, and that's probably what I would have done. Just to put it to me, do I have a Guzma for game? And if I have the Guzma for game, which I do, well, that's game. So it's game. So we just double blaze, and it's done. There we go. Good game. Good game. Hello, Dr. Pigger, and welcome. Well, if I'm going second, that's the Pokemon I want to see up front, so that's fun. I've never thought about Gyarados against Pikarom. A Pikarom heavy meta. Although DCE, what are you... What are you playing at? And Judge's Whistle, yep. That sounds good. A Slander, yep, we'll play that. Play you down. I'm feeling like ditching the Heat Factory is not what I want to do. We will ditch the rest of this hand, basically. So we're gonna get a Dedenne. One of them's prized. Alright, so it's mainly Dedenne. And get rid of this hand. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Go and get the Reshizard. Haven't played a supporter yet, so, and I don't really want Guzma, so I'm gonna Pokégear. Nothing. Pokégear. There's a Welder. Better than nothing? We could Heat Factory, which we will. Now we can't Welder. Draw a card. Alright. Well, that is that, I guess. I'm just going to Fire Starter. Get 3 NGs onto the Reshizard. And I'm really not feeling good about this matchup. Like, I'm really not feeling good about this matchup. It's pretty amazing, like, you get halfway through your deck on turn 1 without even playing a single supporter card. Kind of Elms. Alright. The only thing is, at least Outrage does get a KO on a Magikarp. So that's a thing. Zoroark. So that makes me feel a little bit better, but these Magikarps don't. I don't like these Magikarps. We want them off the board. Like, yeah, we want these Gyaradoses way off the board. Did you just like... Oh, you don't have any Magikarps in the discard. Unfortunate. And we really need a manual switch here. So we're going to Viridian Forest. Just to get a fire energy. Yep. We don't want to manually... Oh, to get the KO, I need to either pop my GX or... Well, race reveal. Get rid of that. Really don't like this. Oh no, that was my manually retreat. Alright, Fiery Flint. We'll get rid of you and you. And we'll bring in some energies so I can Welder. Yep, so a Welder. Two of you. Onto the Reshizard. There we go. Manual switch. I do kind of need to start setting up something else, so I don't want to waste too many energies. So we're going to go with the Flare Strike here. Get rid of Gyarados. And now really hoping that you don't have another Gyarados in DCE. Although you need more Magikarps in the discard as well. This is clearly tech to take down a fire meta. And it scares me because there's another Ditto on the board that can one-shot. My real question though is... yep, it's going to be tech to take down Reshizards. How are you teching out to take down Pikaroms? I mean, Pikaroms aren't going to just go away. Like, this is, yeah, the deck that you want to take on, so you can get rid of the Reshizards. Right now, you don't have enough Magikarps in the discard yet, so... Alright, so you're giving this one to me. I'm actually thinking Guzma to a Ditto might be good. We need to get myself... Like, find another way, like another Reshizard up. Yeah, that's what we want. Yep. So now, Welder. Two of you. To you. And we'll manually attach. It could be kind of fun to see who he actually puts into the active. Although then I've got to get out of the active myself, so we're not needing Mew. Yep, so we're fine. We're going to Outrage here. I know that puts another Magikarp into the discard, which I don't like. But we just got to get rid of these Magikarps. That's what we do have to do. So this could be a Gyarados. It's got 100. If he's able to ditch 2 more Magikarps, which he'll be able to ditch 1 with this. Yeah, I have a feeling he's able to ditch both Magikarps. Which means he does have the KO on the Reshizard here. But then he needs to start recovering. And that's what I'm hoping for. In the process of getting 1 KO, I have managed to take out... Yep, so he does have it here. Alright. Oh, he's probably going to have the stretcher to take game. My key thing is, though, I still ask the question, how is he going to take out Pikoroms with this deck? Like, yep, he's able to deal with a Reshizard quite nicely. But how is he going to take out Pikarom? I don't see that ever happening. So we'll just Flare Strike. We'll let him have the game, just to make him feel good about things. Probably should have judged when I think about this. Because then he would have had to add a lot more. So... but we'll let him feel good about things. Let him have the game. Let's go to Dedenne. You had the Gyarados in hand, didn't you? I don't know. Wasn't really paying too much attention. Kind of Elms. I don't think he has what he needs yet. So what's in here? Gyarados and a DCE. How many DCEs have hit the discard? 2. He might not have it. I don't think he actually has it. He doesn't have it. Wow. Wow. So even with that, such a good teched out deck that's designed just to take out Pikarom couldn't get the win. Not Pikarom, Reshizard. And I still wonder how that's going to take out things like Pikarom. Interesting. Anyway, good game. And it is time to rate this deck. And I'm going to rate it based on the Jirachi engine because that's the one that I preferred and that's the one we're going to go with. Now, the rating of this deck, the damage output of this, you can one-shot anything in the game. It's an absolute beast and you can just power through what you need to. So, yeah, the damage, an easy 10. And the defense side of things, we're not running any healing action. And you are giving up 3 prizes, so we've got to keep that in mind. And decks that can two-shot us with non-GX builds and things like that, they are a huge risk to the Reshizard, and people are going to be teching for this, so we've got to be very wary of that. The HP is really good. It's 270. It's a difficult number to get through, and especially on those two-shots, you're now having to get to probably 140. At least on one of the turns, to be able to take this down even on a 2-shot. So, yeah, the defense is good, but you are giving up that 3 prize card trade, so we just got to keep that in mind. So we're not going to give it the 10, we're just going to give it a 9 out of 10. At the moment, that may change as I play around with it a little bit more and experience it a little bit more. As for the reliability, the Jirachi based build provided me the consistency, the most consistent build that I liked. You could churn through the engine, churn through the deck quite nicely still with Dedenne, the Judge's Whistles, the Pokégears. Like, we got plenty of thinners here to get through that, but the Tapu Lele, I just love the Tapu Lele in the late game to be able to go and get Guzmas and things like that, but I also love him in the early game if we need him to get the Kiawe if we're going first. It's just much more consistent in this sort of format, so still needs tweaking, but reliability we're certainly giving a 9 out of 10. So overall, I absolutely love this deck. It's the powerhouse of the format. It's the one that everyone's going to be teching for to try and take down, and the one that you've got to keep in mind when we're building other kinds of decks. So yeah, 10 out of 10 overall. It's a powerhouse, and there are going to be many different sort of tweaks to this build as it gets further and further refined, but I like the Jirachi based engine the best for me. So yeah,